Hi, I'm Christophe from the YouTube channel Wine Wolf Sprinting, and today we're going to travel to Japan and we're going to taste a sake from Hiroshima, and it will be the Sempuku Shinriki. Shinriki was actually one of the most well-planted rice in Hiroshima. So I decided to taste it 3 different kind of temperature. A cold one around 5 degrees, as we call Yuki in Japan, a warmer one around 15 degrees, so room temperature, that we call Suzu, and the last one will be a bit more warmer, actually hot, we call tobikiri. And I decided to taste it as well with 3 different kinds of French cheese. We're going to try Blood Keras was coming from south of France. We are, for the people who know, 300 km north of Nice and maybe 200 km on the east part of Valence in the south of France. Camembert coming from Normandy, and we call a hard cheese coming from Alsace that we call around here Bergkäse, and that to try to get a bit more complicated in tasting wise. So I'm just going to pour a bit of sake to let it chill a bit. It's quite cold, so it should be quite fast to taste that. So something I do like as well in that one is actually a very good price sake. It's around 28-30 euros a bottle in France, so it's a good average price for a good quality one. And that one is a Kimoto Junmai. So Kimoto is a traditional way to make sake, and a Junmai that will be actually not Daiginjo but a Kimdo, so is 85% of rice remaining after the milling. So that should be okay, another 2 minutes maybe. And I say to try to taste different kind of sake, and different kind of sake, the same sake with different kind of temperature is very interesting taste wise. So let's carry on with the first one. Just try a bit to know if it's chilled enough. Definitely. Perfect. Excellent. I'm going to wait a bit more. Donc as I say, Kimoto is one of my favorite kind of sake for the making. I do like it the traditional way, press in bag. The pressing is very slow. The process is definitely all handmade, not the milling. But I think it is one of my actually definitely my favorite kind of sake. Very open nose, very open nose. You can see the color of the. You might see not very well because of the light, but the color is quite dark. It's not that so clear. The nose is very open, very ripe, a very good intensity. Definitely like a dark fruit, happily, but very ripe apple. Quince, sorry, I mix Kitte in German and quince in English. So quince nose. Very mellow, I love it. A very good density in the mouth. Well, it's 19% in alcohol, so it's quite strong. And when you can feel it, I like the freshness and the acidity coming back when it's served chilled is just wonderful. A very, very good acidity. Yeah. So I think on a chilled one, on a chilled sake, I will go more on that hard cheese. The Bergkäse is actually a cow cheese milk, hard aged. That one is not that so aged. I think it's not even 6 or 8 months, so it's quite mellow. Oh, the acidity is just wonderful when you serve it chilled. It's excellent. That's matching quite perfectly because the acidity of the sake when you serve it chilled is quite interesting with the saltiness of the hard cheese, pretty interesting. I think it's no point to taste it with the blue cheese because I know very well the blood keras, and I think it will be definitely too strong when you serve it chilled. And the camembert, I keep it for the tobikiri. So, talking about tobikiri, so I'm going to start to warm the sake. So nice and easy, huh? Hot water. Okay, just a little drop. It's a bit too early, I don't want to get drunk in at 11 o'clock in the morning. So this is the Suzu. So it's going to be around like room temperature. We are about 15, 18 degrees, and we'll see how the sake will react. Finally, the nose is a bit more closer. Let's close up a bit. We haven't got the high acidity intensity that we get when we serve it chilled. So the nose is quite close, but the taste is just excellent. It's definitely more powerful than we serve it chilled. We lose the acidity and we get something a bit definitely more balanced. I love it. It's lovely, lovely, lovely sake. We lose that fruity aroma to get a bit more like in the earthy kind of savor in mouth. That is very interesting. Yes, shame that we lose that acidity, but the length is definitely longer. Common blue. So, bleu de Carasse, coming from south of France, made in a Alp mountain on the Italian border. I definitely love Bleu de Carasse because it's a bit more softer, a bit more mellow, and you haven't got the strength of Roquefort, or sometimes some Fourme d'Ambert, which would be a bit bigger, and it's very soft. The saltiness is just very well balanced. And it's a kind of creamy cheese, but with a good consistency in a palate. Yeah. And the mold is not too strong, it's soft, mellow, subtle. I love that. Perfect, excellent. The match is wonderful. The match is just excellent because even if the cheese could be quite strong with the blue, the mold of the blue, but the sake is strong enough. It's not a question of strength, it will be a question of balance on this match, and that it is very interesting. The density, the low density, I'm gonna say, and the strong savor of the sake is just stunning because it's going pretty well with the blue cheese, and that is definitely a very interesting match with that Sempuku Shinriki. I didn't talk about the brewery. It's a Mayake Onten in Hiroshima, and that is very nice. Oh, the length. Oh. And you got that definitely unami arriving, and the retroflexion with the blue is just excellent. Amazing. We got a different kind of savor. We haven't got the taste of the sake, we haven't got the taste of the blue cheese, but just the taste of a kind of mix. It's quite magical. Lovely. Oh God. And it doesn't stop. And I feel like kind of melon. It's funny, like melon, ripe melon, and the freshness of a watermelon. So imagine a watermelon with the taste of a very ripe classic melon. Excellent. And I go for it again. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Magic. Seriously, you must try that. I'm going to wait a bit because I got the salt of the cheese coming back, and I want to see how it's going to roll with the acidity of the sake. But to taste. There it is. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. As I say, I got that the freshness of a watermelon, and the ripeness of a pure melon. Excellent. And as I say, it's a very good value sake. As I say, we are around 28-30 euros a bottle, and I think it's a very, very good price here. Put it to get interested with the Grand Sake, the Grand Sake d'Hiroshima, which actually are quite very good value sake in France. Start to smoke a bit. Perfect. Excellent. I'm going to wait a bit more, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and we're getting there actually. Two different kind of tastes as well. We're tasting sake with a choco. It's going to taste completely different than in a glass. So I will taste it in a glass like that. We keep heaven with the chilled one, the room temperature one, and the warm one. Well, the nose is definitely closed, so how funny it could be. More chilly it was, more aroma you get. Room temperature, the nose was completely closed, and that almost. You only feel the alcohol. I think it's the strength of the alcohol, 19%, so you have to be careful with that if you got a strong alcohol content sake, to not to warm it up too much. Maybe it was a mistake, we will see. So we lose definitely in savor. The taste is definitely different, and everything is going to be on the retroflexion, on the end of the palate. So the length is quite high in alcohol, and you can feel definitely the alcohol. So I think it was a good idea to keep the camembert, which actually is not a strong cheese, but the texture of the camembert will be perfect with the strength of the alcohol. Oh, it's quite strong. I'm very excited to get very good cheese. And the camembert, funny with this, with the alcohol structure of the sake. When you're eating the cheese after, you're having all the taste of the camembert, the taste of the mold of the camembert, of the crust, coming up nice and slowly, and you got that milky taste coming up in a volume, and that is very good. Excellent. Quite happy with it. Yeah. Trust me, I'm spending a very good moment. And it's funny how the more warm your sake is, with a stronger alcohol content, more, I guess, more fatty cheese you will need. So you will forget that hard cheese, that's for sure. Maybe the blue one, because that one is quite creamy with the bleu de carasse and the camembert. But the camembert is just perfect because it's quite a fatty cheese with a high content of fat, and it's going very well with the warm sake. I wonder if the camembert, I have to say I'm a camembert lover, with a room temperature sake. No, it's not that so fun. Definitely not. As I say, for the hard cheese, the Bergkäse from Alsace, perfect with the chilled sake, with the bleu de carasse that was absolutely stunning on the room temperature sake, and definitely on a camembert you must, I guess, sure about that, to get that tobikiri can temperature service, so warm, almost at 55. Well, I wasn't really at 55, it was closer than 50 than 55. Sadly, I think the water didn't get too cold with the marble table. So excellent. Me, I'm going to leave you for that one, and please do drink well, enjoy yourself, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the bleu de carasse with my wonderful Sempuku Shinriki sake from the Miyake Onton brewery, and going to see you soon. Please do enjoy your day. Spring is coming, wonderful, and that is definitely a very good news.